Hey guys, John here, and welcome back to John's Jersey. So it's been a minute since I've reviewed a Realflight software, but it looks like Horizon and Knife Edge has just come out with their newest simulator. This is Realflight Evolution. So they call it Evolution because on the website it says that it has a new interface look and it claims to have a new feel. So I am super excited to test that out. Now, we got the physical package, so that means it comes with the InterLink DX that they've used for 9.5 and Realflight 9, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know if it comes with the physical disc like they used to, or it just gives you a piece of paper with the Steam code in it. So I haven't opened the box yet, so we will be just doing this live for you. So yeah, this is what the box looks like. You can see it has all of the information you need to know, just like the standard Realflight box. And if you have fancier hardware, like just like a controller, you don't need the InterLink DX. You can just get the simulator on its own, because with the use of a dongle, we have both of them. I don't think they came out with a new one. It's the Spectrum WS2000 or the Spectrum WS1000. You don't need any cables for the DX series, so you could just plug it into the dongle. You can plug the dongle into your PC, and you can just connect it via 2.4 gigahertz frequency. And yeah, for the NX series, you can't use the dongle. You have to use a micro USB. So for the NX6, NX8, and NX10, you can just use any micro USB. But on the NX10, it comes with this magnetic micro USB. It's super cool. But yeah, I still prefer using the normal one. Now for your hardware, I will put the hardware specs that you need for the minimum requirements on the screen right now. And this is also VR compatible, just like the Realflight 9.5. So you can use some of the most popular VR headsets, such as the Oculus Rift, MetaQuest, and there was another one, I forgot what it's called. I think it's on the box, hold on. The HTC Vive, and I'm also pretty sure you can use just other Steam compatible VR headsets. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Sorry. If you have Realflight 9.5S, you can have a free upgrade to Realflight Evolution. I forgot to say that, but yeah, we already have 9.5S, but we got the physical package just so we can get like a complete feel for it. So let's go and open it. Back to knife. Stuck. Okay. This knife's a bit dull, that's okay. It's just tape. Speed this up, I'm trying to learn how to open a box. Okay. So this all looks pretty standard. It's got like the egg carton looking thing. Okay. So what does it come with? Instruction manual. So InterLink DX simulator controller. It's an instruction manual for like a quick start. This is the it doesn't come with the disc anymore. This is the Steam code. I won't show you the backside because that gives you the code for it. So I promise this is the Steam code. What else does it come with? This. It's a controller addendum. Evolution. It's how to install it, because I think this is completely on Steam. There's no other way to open this software. I already showed that. And this, everything from Horizon always comes with this. Okay, so let's open the egg carton. See what we get. The InterLink DX. I have like 3 of these. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It's wired, obviously, and get a feel for the gimbals. They're actually not too bad. They actually kind of feel like my NX10. That's a surprise. But yeah, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get 8 channels, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, so you have your bind button. I think this is for like the Horizon models that come with a panic button. And you have your R knob for like the VTOL models, like the V22 Osprey that comes with 9.5. So yeah, this all looks really nice. You have your menu buttons, so you have your reset, cancel, and your slider. So that's really nice. I should probably close this before I cut myself. If I remember where it is. Okay. Okay. What's this? Like a bubble wrap thing. It is. Oh, comes with a USB hub. That's a surprise. I don't know why it came with the USB hub. That's super cool. Okay, comes with a little extra something. So close this and put this there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So it comes with a really nice InterLink DX. It feels great, and it actually feels really, really similar to the NX10 that I have. It's not like completely similar, but it's there. It's got like a resemblance. But I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the box opening. So let's go and fly. Alright guys, I already have Realflight Evolution installed onto Steam, and this is what the menu from Steam looks like. If you already have 9.5S, you do not have to do anything to get Realflight Evolution into your library. It will just automatically pop up. So yeah, we are running the InterLink DX controller that came with the package. We're using the Horizon USB hub, and we are currently in my dad's office. So we are using a Dell 8940 with an Intel i7 that has 32 gigs of RAM. The video card we have is a NVIDIA GeForce 3060 Ti. So if you're not familiar with Steam, you just have to create an account with no cost. You just put in your email and password on steam.com, and then you have an account. So just press play. It'll give you this pop-up, and you will have three options. Just run it, or if you want to run it through Steam or Oculus VR. We don't have a VR headset, so we'll just run it through the main monitor. Press play. It will load up, and we have it. Alright, welcome to Realflight.
Alright, so I am now recording from the PC, and this is the menu for Realflight. So if you look to my left, you can see this is still the original menu that we all know and love. And to access the new menu that I was talking about, the new modern menu, just press Escape on your keyboard, and you will see you have a new modern menu, and it looks very, very good. Now, if you have the Interlink DX, all you need to do is press the cancel button on your transmitter. So the bottom left button says cancel on it, and that will also access the menu for you. I don't think that applies to the people that are using a dongle. So if you're using something from the DX series or the NX series, if you press the button on the transmitter, I do not think it will relocate you to the modern menu. So yeah, when you first get a simulator, the first thing you want to do is just quickly go through your settings, make sure everything is good. And there is a lot of things here, but really all you need to do to get yourself airborne in a simulator is calibrate your controller. So just go into your settings, then press controller, configure controller, and then you have to click on the transmitter that you are currently using for the simulator. In my case, I'm using the InterLink DX that came with the simulator, so I'm going to be calibrating this, and then center all of your sticks, and it says including the throttle stick. So what they mean by that is they want you to center the throttle stick on the transmitter. And then just press next. Actually, make sure all your switches are centered first, or on the outmost position. Press next, and then you want to put all of the sticks and switches to um, their max throw. So just put them all to their extent. Make sure your switches are working correctly and it's being read by the simulator. Make sure the knob is working. And then I don't think this is really needed, but um, calibrate these sliders too. So move them to their extent, both of them, and I think we are good. So just press finish, press OK, and I think we are good to go. So for the model selection, you can either do it through the new modern menu, or you can still do it from the original menu that we all know and love. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be doing it through the new modern menu to show you guys around and show you how this entire thing works. So I'm going to press free play, and then you'll have a bunch of options. So you'll have fly, airport, aircraft, color scheme, all of that. So you're gonna press your airport first, and you want to figure out the airport you want to fly at. I always fly on Eli Field. It's the default field, I'm pretty sure, but it just has a lot of room, a lot of space, and it looks nice too. So it's a win-win. So I'm just gonna fly on the default field. For aircraft, there's so many new airplanes and helicopters on this thing. So I'm only going to be running through the Horizon products, and then I will also go through the three new helicopters that they added. So yeah, so you can see there's a bunch of new models you can choose from on the Horizon side. So I'm going to be going with the one that I know. Okay, so the UMX Timber X. Select. Then you have the color scheme. The Timber X does not have a color scheme. It's always going to be that yellow and black scheme. So just press select. Pilot view, that's like your camera type. So if you want to like be on the runway or be at the pilot stand, or you can do your camera type. So if you want to do like FPV flying, all of that. So your environment, I'm not sure what this is. Okay, so just like speed, like wind speed, and just make the environment feel more real to you according to your conditions if you want to. Okay, and I think that's it. So just press fly, and you can see I have loaded it in the Timber X. So you can see on my right here, I have three different things going on. So on the bottom right, I have my transmitter, and this will display all of my movements on the transmitter. So you can see I am moving my stick currently, and it is providing an accurate display on the bottom right of my screen. Now we have your flight modes, and this is just like a safe switch. So if you want to transfer from safe to AS3X, just move the switch. In this case, it is switch B on the InterLink DX. And then, yeah, on the top right, you have nav guides, and this will display simple information such as your airspeed, altitude, battery remaining, and it's measured in milliamps. Yeah, so basic. You have your hardware settings, so your graphics and FPS, and your RPM and wind. So yeah, I will be flying this off safe, and that looks new. You can see here if I bring it closer. The ailerons, or no, the elevator uh, works as no, the aileron works as an elevator. So I cannot speak. Okay, let's take off. Nice. Okay, so right off the bat, it's got like the original Realflight sounds. The simulator sounds aren't the best sounds, of course. They can't replicate everything the best. But this seems to be flying pretty similarly to the Timber X that I have. Now the Timber X is more of a 3D plane. It has a wide flight envelope though, so you can just do like scale flying, or you can do just like light sport. But this plane is fully capable of doing 3D. Now the Timber X is a bit of a wing rocker when it comes to like Harriers, like rolling Harriers or hovering. kind of see it here. Yeah, the wings are rocking a bit. Let's test the flap system. On my Timberax, I have a bit of a different flap system. I'm running spoilers and flaps just to experiment. And that's really, really cool. Now the flaps seem to be doing its job. So my airspeed full throttle without flaps is 40. Takeoff flaps. Seems to be pushing the model down a bit. Okay, yeah. And then landing flaps pushes the airspeed down. But it seems to be pushing the aircraft down, and I don't think that's very realistic. Normally, with your flaps, you will have more lift. It will slow down the plane and it will give it more lift. And that's very beneficial for takeoff and landing, especially when you have a STOL aircraft and you want to be able to take off and land from a short distance. And just do my takeoff flap. Yeah, you can see that thing takes off super, super fast. And if I push my landing flaps, yeah, it's a pretty short landing. So yeah, I don't think the flaps are very realistic on that point of view. But I mean, it slows down the aircraft, and I guess that's the most important part. But one of the most important factors of flaps is it gives the aircraft a bit more lift, and that is very clear because I have the UMX Timber X myself, and I have a flap system where I have spoilers and flaps, but the flaps definitely push the aircraft up. It provides more lift for the aircraft. So with it pushing the model down, it just knocks out some realism points. But I mean, nonetheless, it's still pretty darn realistic, and the model flies super, super well. Flies pretty realistic to my real Timbrex. One thing I do not know about is the elevator aileron flat mixing. Um, it just the elevator or the aileron moves as an elevator too, and I don't think that's mentioned in the manual anywhere. I need to do a quick scan after the video, and I might put it in the comments like as an update. But I mean, yeah. So for the Timbrex first model, it seems to be doing pretty realistic. So I'm gonna go back to free play, go back to my aircraft. Now they added a bunch of new stuff. So I also have the UMX Ultrix, and that's a fantastic model for 3D. It makes 3D flying so easy, but the cool thing about it is it has differential thrust as a rudder. So there is no moving part on the vertical stabilizer. It uses differential thrust, and that kind of hurts the model when you have to do things such as hovering, because it kind of makes it more difficult. But it still flies super, super well. The differential thrust is nice touch to it. I haven't flown the Ultrix in a bit, so it's gonna be hard for me to tell whether this is realistic or not. The sounds are a bit more realistic than the ones on the UMX Timber X though. I'll give them that. Yeah, so hovering is a lot more difficult than with a model that has a rudder, not differential thrust. And it's also, oops, it's also harder to do things like a knife edge. You just saw there, I just crashed. But this model is very resilient. I've crashed my Ultrix multiple times, and the most damage that's ever been done was just a quick glue job on the nose. It kind of like knocked off a piece. There is a maneuver that I used to do on my Ultrix where it would just fall into a flat pancake spin. Yeah, this thing. Oops. Okay, sorry, I keep crashing this thing. That's one of the hardest parts of the Ultrix. Trying to tell your orientation is a bit of a challenge on this model, especially after you just came through with like a mover such as the pancake thing. I'll just call it the flat spin. But like, it's just super hard to tell orientation after you get out of it. But I mean, it seems pretty realistic unless my memory is playing tricks on me. And the graphics also look really good. Like the colors on the plane are really, really, really bright. And it looks like an Ultrix. Like the graphics on this thing are outstanding. Okay, let's go and land. Okay, so I'm going to go to another model that I know. It's going to be the Viper 70. I have done a video on this model before, and I've also done a video uh, where I try and see how realistic it is from a Realflight 9. I think when I did that video, I think it was Realflight 9 that I did it on. But the Viper 90, not 90, the Viper 70 on Realflight was super, super realistic to the one on in real life. Now, obviously, you can hear the sounds are not the best on the Viper 70. But, I mean, yeah, she flies really, really well, both on Realflight and in real life. And I think the only difference wasn't even Realflight's fault. I had a bit of expo set on my transmitter when I was flying the Viper in real life. And that was the only difference. Other than that, this thing flew basically the same as to real life. Try and go for a low pass here. Yeah. These sounds are a bit odd. Let's try for an inverted low pass. Nice. The thing about the Viper is it looks a bit intimidating. It's a 70mm model, and it can look a bit large to some people, but it's marketed as a beginner plane. Maybe not like a first plane, but as like someone's first EDF jet, and I totally agree with that. The way this model flies is so simple, and really the only difference is from like a plane that has a prop is the speed, and obviously can't do the same maneuvers like hovering. But I mean, yeah, it's a really nice beginner plane, and I would recommend it to people for the first EDF jet. Okay, let's go ahead and do a landing, put my landing flaps down. I think I took off with landing flaps. Yeah, this thing slows down super fast. Nice. Okay, so back to the free play menu. I think there's a few more aircraft that I know, as in like I own. So I have already did the Habu STS in 9.5 in Trainer Edition. Um, okay, I don't think I know any other models. Okay, let's just test more models. So I want to do the Viper 90 first because I've been looking at that and it looks awesome from the videos I've seen from different content creators. Okay, you can see big size difference. Put my takeoff flaps up, down. Okay, that sounds like a jet. It's got like this slight whistle to it. The Viper 70 was just so loud. This sounds like a real EDF jet now. Yeah, I'm rocking with this one. You can see a big difference in speed between the 70 and the 90. Let's try and just get a pass. And it looks like it's coming in at 126 miles per hour. Let's try and get a low pass. Nice. Man, she flies well. Yeah, so I don't fly simulators. I don't use simulators as much as I used to, which I probably should get back into doing. But it's just such a great training tool. I've used it to learn most of my maneuvers on both helicopters and airplanes, such as hovering on an airplane and something like pyro flips on a helicopter, which I'm still learning. Oops, did not mean to do that. Okay, so that's why we have a reset button for the simulator. Just get back into the air. Just do a few more passes and then we'll look at another model. So I'm gonna look at a few more horizon planes and then I'm gonna show you an imported plane that I have imported prior to this video being recorded. Yeah, she's nice. Okay, it's coming for a landing. Let's get and try and aim for a nice, smooth, greasy landing. Nice. Okay, so let's go into my free play, aircraft, and then let's see. Let's look at the turbo timber evolution. I've been looking at this model too. This is just the successor to the original Realflight turbo timber. And okay, I see. So I was watching a video on this model and they said that you need to like up the throws to the highest before the servo starts binding. So I guess this would be like how it would fly stock. So I'm sure with ideal settings on your transmitter in real life, this model would fly very differently than to the simulator because you would have that larger throw to pull more G's and stuff. Yeah, this would be a nice bush plane. So let's just do some low passes. I love timbers. Okay. This is a STOL aircraft, and I'm pretty sure it has a reverse thrust in real life because of the Avian ESC. I don't think it has it in the simulator though. So I'm gonna pull my flaps down, and let's see how fast we can land. Okay, try to get a 3-point landing. That was kind of bad though. And then for takeoff, yeah, that's super fast for such a large aircraft. And this is only running on 4 cell. and it's getting this type of what's the word? This type of performance. Sorry. Okay, let's land this one. No flaps. Let's go around. Okay, maybe flaps. Let's try and slow her down. Yeah, she slows down. She slows down quick. Okay, not the best landing, but still landing. And I'm sure she'll land even slower because with the real bird you can touchdown and immediately put in reverse thrust. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to cover this. This is the UMX Turbo Timber. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I have this model too. I have lots of timbers. I do not have the larger timbers though, like the 1.2 meter timbers or the 1.5. I forget what size they are. So the turbo timber runs off a 2-cell 280. I use a 2-cell 300 from Spectrum. It's basically the same size battery, and there's little to no weight difference. And this model is just good all around. It's got a wide flight envelope, and I guess the only challenge with it is inverted flight, because on my real bird I need to like put maximum input on my elevator, negative elevator, to get like straight inverted flight, because the inverted performance on this bird is not the best. I'm sure changing the hole on your control horn would probably do this model good. But yeah, inverted performance on this thing is not its strong suit. I'm also seeing on the simulator model that this does not have very good vertical performance, and that's not necessarily true with the real model. My model can sustain vertical a lot better than what this can. And if I go into a hover, you can see this is like its limit. I can't go any higher than this. And hovering on the turbo timber is so easy, it does it flawlessly. There's a bit of wing rock on it when it comes to those like high alpha type of maneuvers like Harriers or hovering. So there's a bit of wing rock on it, but I mean, it's not too much that interferes with the flight. So, I mean, yeah, it's a really nice model. And I think the only problem with the simulator version is the vertical performance and the power system. I think the power system might be too weak for it to sustain vertical in the simulator, but I mean, still a good flying plane, and I think it flies pretty close. I haven't flown my Turbo Timber since that video we did on it, so I might have to come back and look. So yeah, I keep moving my mouse because it's like muscle memory to like go onto the left. That's airport. Oops, aircraft. Okay, so I think I've covered all of the models that I know and have, and I did the Turbo Timber Evolution too. So we can look over at Hangar 9 stuff. See what they added from there. So I think this is not new, I think. The PNP Ultra Stick. Yeah, this is what I saw on Horizon's website. So this continues Hangar 9's PNP series. I've done a video on one of their PNPs, the Hangar 9 P47 Thunderbolt. That was a fantastic flying model, and this is obviously not going to do the same performance because it's a whole different type of plane. P47 was more like scale flying and light sport, light aerobatics, but the Ultra Stick, I've seen them fly, and it's more aerobatic than a P47, obviously. So Let's go ahead and take off. She feels nice. Oh, let me put my flaps up. She's a bit twitchy. Okay. So yeah, the rudder authority on this is not the cleanest, and it will take a bit more time to get yourself into a hairier position. Let's see the wing rock on this thing. Man, it's twitchy. Okay. So we have like no wing rock on it. Okay. Alright, that's a nice model. But it's a bit twitchy for my liking. It's a more aerobatic type model. But still, nonetheless, it's very twitchy. So I'll go ahead and land this. And other than just free play, I want to show you a bit more around the simulator. So if we go into my menu, the new menu, you can see you have these challenges, and basically what they are is just quick little things to train you or just gives you a bit of a challenge. So the first thing is like spot landing. I've been doing this, and the objective is to try and land in this little circle. So it gives you this next star, and you are timed. I'm not the best at this thing. Yeah, that was bad. 83. Okay. And then it just gives you, like, it just progressively gets more difficult as it continues. So this time the radius is a lot smaller. The model is still the same. The model changes though. So yeah, the circle's smaller now. Crashed. Okay, let's try that again. And then I will go on to a next challenge because these are really time consuming. There's a lot of challenges. Okay. I'm timed, but I don't think I'm gonna make it in time for a good score. Oh, 80. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, so choose challenge. There's a lot more. So you see you have like limbo, grapple. So I'll do the hanger obstacle course. And this just looks like you fly through the obstacles. Pretty standard challenge. What do we have? This looks like a hobby zone cup? Yeah, a hobby zone sport cup. Safe is toggled on and you can't change it. So the model likes to be going up all the time, I see. Oh, okay, it's one of these type of safe. It's like the safe plus feature, I'm pretty sure, where if you increase your throttle, the model is going to pitch up by itself, and that's kind of just like an auto takeoff kind of thing for new flyers, and vice versa for the for landing. Just lower your throttle, and this thing will just pitch down, and you just have to do slight elevator movements. Okay, so let's go back to the menu, choose challenge. Let's do air race. Okay. So I have done the air race challenge before, and that's why you see that little like ghost thing. I got 99 out of 100. Okay. And then as you keep going through the levels, it will keep adding more pylons for you to go through. So you can see on my top right, it'll show you where the pylons are. I got better score this time. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly skim through the challenges. Balloon burst. Just load it up, and the objective here is to pop the balloons. And this gets super difficult. I've done it on 9.5x, and it is super difficult to do because the balloons go all over the map. There's different airports to fly at. 98. Okay, I lowered the throttle. That was my fault. Okay, so you get the idea. The balloons just appear on the map. You have to go and head and find them, pop all of them, and you win. So I'm gonna do one more challenge. It will be limbo. Because these challenges can get super difficult. That's why I'm only going to like the first 2 or 3. Okay. Okay. I'm just applying full throttle here. And go to the bar. And then you get the how'd I get 99? You get the idea. So the bar will slowly go lower and lower each time. Could be good training for my fun flies. I keep getting 99. Okay, so now I want to show you guys. Oh, let me change my airport back. There's Eli Field. Okay, so I want to show you guys the helicopters. So I'm gonna go to the older menu this time because it's slightly easier to navigate to like organize it. So with the older menu, you can go like helicopters only, airplanes only, drones only. So I'm gonna go to helicopters only, and then you can see they added the 150S, the Fusion 480 stretch, so the Fusion 550, and the Blade and Fusion 180. That's what they added from Horizon. So I'm going to start off with the Blade 150S. I'm already in I Love 2. Okay, so this is like the bigger version of the 130S, like the next step up. She's flying pretty good. This is a model that has like a direct drive tail. It's not belt driven. It's just got a tiny motor. Oh, it simulates a tail wag on it. Okay, that's actually really cool. Oops, okay. Do quick flight. Oh, okay. I just suck. Okay, next model. I'm just gonna do the 480 stretched. Take it to I'd Love 2. Okay, so you can see it looks bigger than the 480. This is 550. I can see it's a lot more touchy on the sticks. She's performing well. I was thinking of getting the 480 and then stretching it to a 550. That was my choice. My choice was the 480 or the TRX 500. But just looking at both of them, I would I just went with the TRX 500. But this also looks like a really nice model. And the cool thing about this one is, if you get the, there's like a bunch of packages for it, so you can get like an electronics package, so it comes with all the electronics. And that was the one I was thinking of getting. I forgot what it's called. It was the one for $1,000, and it came with like everything you need to get this thing airborne. Not sure about the battery though. But if you did get that package, it would come with the flybarless that you can program through your transmitter. So that was really nice. That would be really nice. I am using that flybarless for my T-Rex 500, and it's an amazing flybarless, and the ability to just change all of the settings through your transmitter. I mean, the initial setup you have to do without the transmitter, but doing it with the transmitter for like tuning and all of that is just super nice. Let's try and do a quick auto. Let's see how long it will. What's my throttle cut? Okay. Ooh, froze. Okay. Alright, so the last heli that I see from Horizon is a Blade Infusion 180. And I'm pretty sure this model was Horizon's bite back for the OMP M2, M1, and I've considered getting this model. I mean, it looks really nice, but from what I've heard, it's the Infusion 180, and when I think of the 180, I think of the Blade Fusion 180. That was one of my first 3D collective pitch helicopters, and that thing was very intimidating because it's been super fast for a micro. It's running off of 4-cell, and the Infusion is only running off a 3-cell, and it's been significantly slower. And from what I've seen, it looks very beginner friendly, and I'm afraid that I won't have enough power to sustain some things. But this might just change my mind. There's like a wide battery range. I think you can go to like a 3-cell 800, but you can also do like a 450 or something. Don't mark my words. But it's like something really small, and then you can go up to like a really high milliamp rated battery. So you can see on my nav guides, I only have 300 milliamps left. I can't really compare this to something in real life. I guess the M2. I'll blow the M2 in a bit. So, don't trust me. I can't say if this is realistic or not because I don't have it. Okay, let's go ahead and land. Okay, so the last model I'm going to show you guys is something I imported prior to the video being recorded, and I got it off of Swap Pages. So if you don't know what Swap Pages is, it's basically this site that Knife Edge owns, and people can make their own models for Realflight, and they can put it onto Knife Edge for people to download. So you can like create models and import it into Knife Edge, and people can download it, or you can download other people's models. And I have a lot of them installed. So if we scroll down to P, it's the Pilot RC Slick, and it's called SFG because it has the side force generator, as you can see. But I mean, the things that people can do on Realflight or on Knife Edge is just so absurd. The amount of skill these people have is amazing. You can see on flight modes it says A3X, A3X, A3X. That doesn't actually mean anything. I think it's like a placeholder because there's no like stabilization on this thing. So I'll just do some quick 3D and then that will be the end of the video. So this thing flies very, very well. I've been using it to train myself for like 3D maneuvers, practicing, because this thing does everything. There's like no limits to what this thing can do. It may be a bit too unrealistic even. But I mean, a perfect flying model is good for flying 3D. But I guess it doesn't make sense in a way that if you can't like match it up to any existing plane in real life. But I mean, if you got the stick movement down, then I guess that's all it is. Okay, let me try and get a thumbnail really quick. I'll just do a close-up hover. Get the Pilot RC logo. Okay. Let's do a knife edge spin. If I know how, it was that. Come on. Did I forget how to do a knife edge spin? I'm so sorry, hold on, I'm struggling right now. Come on. Hold on, I'm trying to think of how to do it. Come on. Okay, kinda got it. Okay, it's grab the knife edge spin. Ooh, don't crash. Yeah, this is pretty unrealistic. It's a pretty unrealistic model, but nice flying. No! Oh, I was so close to making a full circle. Yeah, the roll rate on this thing is crazy. So there's just like so much you can do. Okay, I'll just go land. Nice 3-point landing. That was not a 3-point landing. Hold on. No, I need to get my 3-point landing. Better. Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for my review of Realflight Evolution. So I think I've covered most things that people want to know about. So I've covered like the new interface, the new models that Horizon has added, and like the challenges, all of that. So There is a lot more models that Realflight has added to this simulator, but they aren't exactly new. They added a bunch of models from these older things. So from older Realflight versions, they had these expansion packs where you can buy them from like a hobby store or like online or whatever, and it would add a bunch of more models to the game. And I've been looking through the models, and it looks like most of the planes added, or most of the aircraft added, sorry, most of the aircraft added were just like a bunch of models from the expansion packs, and they just like compiled it all into one simulator. So they aren't exactly new, but they still fly really, really well. And I mean, yeah, so I've covered the three new Blade helicopters and most of the Horizon models that I knew, and they seem to be flying really, really realistically. Um, there's like a few issues, like the flaps not working correctly because it would push the model down instead of up, and it wouldn't really slow down the model, unlike my real plane. But I mean, there's not much you can do about that, but it still flies the same. It's just the flap system that doesn't really work correctly. But I mean, yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. So thanks for tuning to John's RC. And if you're new to this channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys. I'll see you in the next one.